very welcome to another What Matters program with myself, John Prendergast, in the company of Dr. Mary Honan here at lyramedia.tv. And I'm just after coming from a hospital environment this afternoon, and it's a general consensus, and I'm just putting this out. I don't want people to think that I'm all for conspiracy theories and all of this hype. I'm not. But I want to say this. There is now rumours of a Delta Plus virus that's now going to be more transmissible than the actual Delta virus presently itself. Now, this is a major worry and a major problem. But one word that's coming out among all the people that I've spoken to that are hearing this is orchestrated. And I started to look into this only in the last hour, so my information is fairly scant. So don't take this as verbatim. But why is it that every time we come to a near control of a variant of this virus, another variant steps in? And now when we're fighting worldwide the Delta variant, a Delta Plus steps in. So could it be possible, I'm only going to put this question out to you great people out there, could it be possible that the Delta variant and all of the variants are being orchestrated, manipulated from some country, some group of people, some companies, some billionaires, millionaires that we know nothing of, that are purposely being put out there to frighten people into getting the vaccine? And they know now that worldwide governments, worldwide medical agencies are all for the vaccine. It's like a frenzy. And all I just want to say is this: if the likes of other radio and TV stations cannot put on objective and objecting interviews about the vaccine and its long-term side effects, it even creates more suspicion that there's no open dialogue in the matter. And I think this is a very serious problem we have now arrived at, because I can assure you that the under 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds are not taking the vaccine up because they're intelligent enough to actually question its, what they call nowadays, efficacy. And I think this is very, very important. This is not happening in the right way that it should be. All we turn on, every news, in any channel that you want, and it's NEFIT, HSE, government officials, the Minister for Health, and it's all pro-vaccine, pro-vaccine, pro-vaccine. Now, I am not against the vaccine per se, but now I'm beginning to become suspicious because now we have a Delta Plus. So as soon as we can get a handle on the Delta, we're going to be smacked by the Delta Plus, and this is a big, big problem. So what I'm saying to the people out there, to all of you great people out there, go on the various websites, check it out yourselves, see what you think. Are we being made fools of? Is there a bigger plan here, a bigger agenda that we know nothing of? And it's only coming to light now. So folks, here's the next question. What will happen if we do control the Delta and the Delta Plus? Will there be another variant that will suddenly come in the back door and we're all back to square one again? This is serious, folks. It is very, very serious. Now, one castigates the government, and I've seen it and heard it and all, but they have a balancing act to do in relation to people flying out of the country, people flying into the country. And this is where the problem arises. Do we shut down the country until Christmas time? Do we go bankrupt? Do we have no economy, only a bare essential economy? So I think it's wonderful that the economy is starting to open up. But are we going to be hit again with a Delta Plus or the Delta itself? And this is what we have to watch out for. So we must, two essentials: wash our hands on a regular basis properly and keep our social distance. I'm not talking about the mask because I'm refusing to wear the mask anymore. I can't breathe. I have breathing difficulties and I'm not wearing the mask. That is not a message from Lear Media TV. It's a personal decision of myself, John Prendergast. I'm 67 years of age. I'm quite capable of making up my own mind and my own decisions based on the medical facts on what we're hearing and seeing. And I think it is very important that we all do the same. But the essential social distancing and the washing of hands are the two essential ingredients that I will be continuing to do. Now, today's headline on the Irish Independent more or less states what I've just said. Delta fears as 250,000 to fly weekly in boost for air travel. So you have got to understand now, is this the right thing or the wrong thing? I don't know. But this is now what is coming into being. And you can't blame them because there's a massive unemployment out there. The hospitality industry is barely hanging on. So it's a very difficult and a very tricky situation. Now, the air travel is reopening, so it's going to cause more worries. Are we going to see a massive increase of the virus in this country? And are we going to see admissions to our hospital, to our ICUs, going back up in the numbers that we saw last March, 12 months? I hope not. I really, really hope not. Now also, there is speculation too that the church, the Catholic Church or Christian churches, will be proceeding fully with the first Holy Communions. I think it is later next month. So we just have to wait and see what happens or what direction the church gives them that. Now, another thing that I'll be covering in the next couple of days is the whole aspect of Britney Spears. And it's not Britney Spears' personal problems that I'm talking about because that's off the agenda. But what I am saying is this, that if one has a mental health issue, they have to be respected, looked after, and not controlled. And I think that's very, very important that we get the message out there for all men and all women. But I don't want to go on about Britney Spears because it's up before the courts in the USA. I know there's massive public protests over the whole thing. Now, I just want to say a quick hello to the Collins' family in Ballina, County Mayo. I know that people have been on and wondering, is there any update about the missing Sandra? Not yet, but matters are progressing and the Gardaí are taking a very serious look at an open case situation. So please God, with the help of God, if somebody knows anything out there about Sandra Collins, please, even without giving names and addresses, please let the family of the Gardaí know where you think she is, where she is. And this could alleviate over 20 years of psychological suffering by the Collins' family. So a very big hello to all of them, to Patrick and Mary Collins, Catherine Collins Dempsey, and all of the extended family there. And I hope your pain will be brought to a close by the goodwill of somebody out there that actually knows. Now, the debacle in the Northern Ireland issue continues, and Jeffrey Donaldson has been, or will be elected or crowned, as they say, leader of the DUP. So I really, really just hope now that the whole thing will come to a close, that the Stormont Assembly can actually move on and govern the people of Northern Ireland with stability, and that all of this protocol. Now, I'm actually going to talk about protocol in a minute. Could actually somebody tell me? I don't even know. I know all of the political parties, but if I went out there and asked a number of people in anywhere of the 32 counties, the meaning of the protocol, I bet you 90%, like me, would say, I'm sorry, I don't know. So we just have to sort of see. So if anyone knows a layman's a layman's what the interpretation of the protocol, please do let me know, because I'd like to know what it is we're talking about. Borders, cross-border, etc., as well. So we just need to know. But I know for a fact that if I went out there and asked 90% of the people, I bet you would say, I don't know. But it is wonderful feeling that we have peace and stability in Northern Ireland, and we have to thank all of the peacemakers going back 25 years and all of the armed bodies, as it were, in the different segments of division in Northern Ireland that lay down their arms. And we have an awful lot to be thankful for in that. So hopefully, with the help of God, that peace will reign there. And we need it there in the whole island of Ireland. Now, also coming up later on my other programme, which will be broadcast shortly, I was out with Billy McGuire and Kappa in County Limerick, and I want to say a very special thank you to all of the viewers and people who sent in the comments as well. And I'm going to Adair this coming week in a few days, and I'll be looking at an area there called the Dove Cot. Never heard of it. It's a circular building that goes back, and it dates back to the 5th century. Imagine the 5th century. And then we're going over to do some interviews in the beautiful gardens created there by Lord or Lady Dunraven. So really looking forward to the wonderful town and district of Adair. And why wouldn't I? It's absolutely stunning. Now, if for any reason that you are going on staycation, I would ask you really then to go out and take a look at the historical sites and the buildings and the fantastic view that is there, because you are really in for a fantastic treat. So we certainly hope that you enjoy your staycation. I don't think there is going to be much travel abroad maybe this time of the year. And my worry is that if people actually go abroad, vaccination or no vaccination, could they pick up the new variant of the Delta, or now the Delta Plus? And I think that is very, very important that we don't. So if people have to postpone their holidays, well, so be it. I mean, we're not going to die. You know, the country is still moving. The country is still producing. So staycation might be the best way to get our own hospitality industry up and running this year, because everyone needs support. Everyone needs our support as well. So that was just a quick preview of the papers and some topics that I wanted to actually discuss with you today. So in the next few days, I'll be going to North Kerry, to the Stole. I'll be meeting up with Gabriel Fitzmaurice, the lovely Karen French and her beautiful voice, and also Jimmy Deanhan. We'll be looking at two subject matters. One is the gift of ink, and this is an absolute treat for everybody right across the country, at home and abroad. And also, there's a great history, Jimmy tells me, of the Lartigue monorail in Listowel, a whole history behind it. And I've passed it so many times during the year, and I'm really looking forward to getting the full history of it as well. And I was out walking in Dockarana this morning in Glynn, and it's just a magical place. But there again, I saw two beautiful birds, and I found out through the great people that I posted up the short video was a heron and also a little egret. So thank you indeed for viewers coming back to me, educating me again. Which brings me to another point as well, that both Jeff Hunt and myself will be travelling down to the Ballybunion Cliffs, where we will have another look at an aspect of wildlife there. And really looking forward to that, because by all of these programs that I do with various people, Billy McGuire, Jeff Hunt, and all of the other great people, Gabriel and Jimmy and Karen, it really educates myself, but also educates other people as to what really is around us. What we have is unique, fantastic, and we need to preserve it. So please, The only way we can get through this pandemic is wash our hands, keep the social distancing, and let's hope that in the next couple of weeks, maybe by July, August, we might be out of the worst of this. If not, well, that's another day's work as well. From myself, John Prendergast, thank you so much indeed for your support to my outside programs and here in the studio in Lear Media TV. So from myself, Dr. Mary Honan, Papari, John Prendergast, Gordon Mila Margaret, August Stone.